Bang Brave.
Welcome to Gay Gurren.
That too.
God, this show is so gay, and I love it. Oh, God. Alright, yeah, so... The fuck is this show? Okay, Brave Bang Bravern. I just call it Bravern.
Yeah, well, it's whatever. It's many bees.
Yeah, it's half-length Gurren, but, like, lots of military shit.
Yeah, and a giant robot.
Lots of robots. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, a lot of suicidal robots.
Well, besides that, there's also every kind of robot you could possibly want.
And they all suck.
Yeah, basically.
Unless you're piloted by, like, a wee tot.
Well, that was because the robot would only work with the Anyway, we have some explaining to do. So, this whole fucking thing opens on a military exercise, I think.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, it's a joint military exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and our guy, Smith, I don't remember what his first name was. Lewis, Jesus. Lewis Smith, the most American that ever America'd. He grew up watching Sentai, so Power Rangers. And he's like, I always wanted to be a hero. And then he gets, they're doing this exercise, and then, one of the guys from Japan decides to, like, jump ahead of everybody. And so Smith joins him.
And then he fucking blows up.
Yeah, but, like, they get, Oh, yeah, he does get blown up, doesn't he?
Yeah, he gets blown up and he just has to sit there and watch and go, yep, that guy's pretty cool. I'm going to go buy him lunch next time I see him.
Yeah, and, yeah, the whole exercise ends because, this guy from Japan basically... By going forward, he basically won it. But, he got reprimanded for it, as did Smith. And Smith is like, I gotta figure out who this guy is. He's super cool. Neither of us realizing that this was the beginning of a budding romance.
Oh, it certainly was. See, I just figured it's just a friendship, you know? Like, yeah, hey, you're a cool guy, I'm a cool guy, we're cool guys together.
Oh, but they really wanted to be cool guys together.
And then this big fucking sword appears in space.
Yeah.
And it drops off these 8 towers. And one of them lands, like 5 feet away from them. And they're fighting these super scary robots that just sort of disappear after this point. Like they show up later, but
it's mostly these weird fucking UFO looking fuckers.
Yeah, orbitals. Just a whole bunch of orbitals
with shields, so like they can't fight them properly.
And like so, they're having a tough time, and then all of a sudden this big fucking robot shows up. It's like, yo, Isami. Get in me.
Get inside me.
I won't take no for an answer. Anyway, Asami gets in him. Mostly not out of his choice.
Yeah.
And they blow up this big fucking tower, and then this purple robot shows up, and he's really pissed off about it. And then he fucking blows up or something, I don't remember.
He gets the shit beaten out of him, and he coughs out a thing.
Yeah.
And Smith's all, like, kind of butthurt, because he's like, I wanted to be the hero, but then...
But Asami's like, I also don't want to be the hero. Please pick someone else. And Bravern's like, no.
And then fucking cut to Asami getting waterboarded.
Tell us what you know about the robot. I don't know anything about him.
I don't fucking know anything. And meanwhile, the remaining commanders from all the NATO nations that were there and doing joint exercises, they're talking with the giant fucking robot who's named Bravern, who fucking plays his own theme music and
it's real good.
Has like projections and shit and goes on a tirade about the joining of their manhood or some shit. It's
very suggestive.
Yeah, it's very clear that getting inside of Bravern is it means more than just physically getting inside the robot.
So much so that he won't let Smith get inside of him, despite Smith really wanting to get inside of him.
It's like, I want to be the hero, and then Bravern has to be like, it can't be you. It just can't.
So then Smith goes to the beach and he finds a child.
Yes. Yes, he does.
And he just... he takes him to get a medical checkup, and they're like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with her. Go stay at the base or whatever. And he's like, well, I can't really do that because she could be, enemy. Yeah. So he takes her to a fucking motel.
And the lady's like, oh yeah, I bet she's your sister.
Anyway.
But, she wakes up and just starts screaming.
Yeah, and so she beats up Smith until he hits her clothes remove button. Meanwhile, Asami's inside Bravern fighting something or other. And he crashes through the fucking the roof of the motel.
Well, we forgot about the part where he's been sitting naked inside of Bravern for like
a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bravern's pretty okay with that.
Of course he is. But yeah, comes crashing through the motel and is like, because it's like, we don't know where Smith is, and then he sees Smith
holding down
a naked girl,
and oh boy, that starts a rift.
The jealousy. How dare you like women?
So the military or whatever, they plan to start taking back different regions with Bravern basically leading them.
Yeah.
And they're like, wouldn't it be super cool if like we took back Japan with the rising sun? And everybody's just like, yeah, sure, okay, whatever, you lead the way. And so they go to Japan to fight another one of the death drives, these big suicidal robots.
Yeah, and so on the way there, Bravern is basically like, you gotta figure your shit out with Asami. Like, it's not.
I can't do anything. My hands are tied. I'm too big.
I can't fucking help you. You gotta get through to him. You'll figure it out. And
try punching him in the face.
Repeatedly.
Anyway, I got models to build. I got a 3D printer and everything.
I'm 3D printing like classic Gunpla models and new equipment.
Also some merchandise. Some of my own merchandise.
Yeah, literally models of himself along with every fucking Sentai shit. And a brand new axe. For reasons.
So Smith and Asami get into a boxing match, which everyone is just thrilled to watch. Everyone shows up to watch it, and then Bravern's like, by the way, I'm broadcasting this to everyone. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna tell you that though.
Yeah. Everyone needs to hear this shit.
Everyone needs to see how much you guys are into each other.
Yeah, even though it's really just Asami just complaining. He's like, I can't let anyone else die. And Smith's like, fucking, you can't do this all yourself, even though you have the giant robot, the only giant robot that matters.
So they get to Japan, and
well, they first have to make Smith's special unit to support Bravern.
I thought they made that after. They made that after they go to Japan. When they become the Brave Knights.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Because their plan right now is to just send Bravern and Smith with a special Gundam in and whatnot. And they're going to scout for any survivors. And then at dawn, they are going to launch all the missiles.
Yep.
And, I think they find a group like 5 seconds before they launch all the missiles.
Yeah, because the whole time Bravern's like, you gotta, because Isami's like really attached to finding people, and Bravern's like, just gotta have faith, man. Just, yeah, we'll figure it out. Smith is like losing his mind because like, Isami, you're gonna get fucking blown up. And then they find the survivors, and then Bravern's like, don't worry, I can just turn all the missiles off.
And then Superbia shows up, the first death drive. I don't know if we called him by name or not.
No. yes, I think you did.
And Bravern's like, yeah, you guys can take him as he is now. Bye. I'm gonna go fight the guy on the tower. And I'm going to explode him multiple times.
Oh, I forgot that there's a whole conversation between him and Suburbia where it's like... How do I put it? A lot of this show is just kind of awkward and weird because... it honestly does feel like sometimes someone's reading the Space Titanium. And by someone, I mean Bravern.
Yeah, the guy made of space titanium.
Yeah. Or it really feels like it feels like he's operating on a level above everyone else. And, like, when he's talking to Suburbia, he's, like, trying to get a certain response out of him, and I just remember, and then yeah, he decides like, I gotta go fight the tower. You guys have to fight Suburbia. Good luck.
Yeah, and the fight goes super well until it doesn't. And yeah. Superbia pins down Smith's Gundam. And he breaks open the cockpit, revealing the small child who would stone away.
And he's like, what are you doing with my Lulu? And he's like, your Lulu. And then they're like, oh, right, that would have come out of... That came out of him. he shot it out when he died the first time.
Yeah, and he's taken aback because they're not supposed to have emotions or anything. But Smith is being the good father he is and raising her on Tokusatsu.
And Curry.
Yeah.
Man, we didn't even talk about how fun Lulu was.
Oh, she was a gremlin. She's kind of still a gremlin.
Like the part where she fucking decks one of the mech people makes a special suit for Asami, and it's got like built-in airbags so that he can like take impacts, and Lulu is super protective of Smith, and so Asami's getting like heated or something, and then Lulu fucking decks him into one of the hangars. And he, like, dents the fucking hangar door and is literally only saved by the airbags. Yeah, she's a fucking monster. And it's awesome. I think she decks Smith once or twice, too.
She probably does.
Because I think after the boxing match, she gets so fired up that she, like, beats the shit out of him.
Doesn't she punch one of them off the boat?
I think so. Probably Smith.
I thought it was probably Asami. But...
Either way.
So, yeah, that basically stops the whole Superbia Smith fight, and then we cut back to Bravern fighting the second Death Drive, and like just cutting him in half over and over again. He's just like, "Look, I'm just gonna keep coming back until you destroy my tower." And then Asami and Bravern are like, "Okay, we have to do this together. By the way, here's a fucking axe. Cut that tower in half."
Asami's like, "Why were you saving it?"
And then the military is like, "Okay, well, Smith, you get to lead. You've been promoted to lieutenant or something like that. You get to pick the pilots for your support squad for Bravern." And he's like, "Well, if we're supporting Bravern, we're gonna go by the Brave Knights." And everybody's like, "That sucks. I want to leave."
You forgot the best part of they show all the people in like a briefing room, and you just see major character, major character, major character, major character, major character, 2 fuckboys. And you're like, and I'm just like, those 2 are gonna die because I don't know who the hell they are.
So we're like halfway through the show now, and I'm sitting there, I look over and I'm like, we've only taken care of 2 of the Death Drives. There's like 6 more to go.
Yeah. And
then they just start fucking speed running them.
Oh, dude.
Like the next episode just opens with 3 more of them all clustered together.
Yeah, because they just decided to do that.
And one of them's got timey-wimey powers.
Oh, yes.
So if you don't want to be spoiled, this is the point to check out.
Yeah, because this show is... Yeah, like, legit, like, we spoil plenty of shit because it kind of... It's important that you not be spoiled sometimes, but with this show, for the love of God...
Yeah, like everything up to this, you could probably, like... You could probably look and go, yeah, I know that makes sense. That this is the typical giant robot show. And then this episode comes out of fucking nowhere. And just kind of changes everything.
So yeah, if you have any interest, like if you like Gurren and you like Gundam and you like Ava, you will like this show. Especially if you watch those shows enough that you get the tropes. And if you haven't seen it, fucking stop here. You don't want to. You want to go in blind on the twists in this show. You just want to. It is so much better with them than it would be if we knew them going in.
Okay, so now that we've gotten that out of the way,
yes, the timey-wimey girl is like blowing people up and reforming them, and she launched somebody into fucking space. And of course it's the 2 fuckboys who I was like, they're dead. They're red shirts. They're gone. They're not coming back. It's those 2 that get absolutely fucked. I mean, everyone else gets the shit beaten out of them, but she's just going on about how she's gonna make love with Smith.
Oh, she wants that deep penetration.
Yeah, I mean, Smith is already smitten with someone else, but he's like, stop killing my people. I'll do whatever the fuck.
I will penetrate you so hard.
I'll get in there. I'll do it. I'll do it for my team. And then they explode. Yeah, just absolute, just
fucking crater in the ground. They are gone.
Absolutely destroyed. And everyone just starts freaking the fuck out because Smith was really important.
Yeah, he was a whole lieutenant and whatnot.
I think he was a captain by that point.
No, newly promoted 1st lieutenant.
Fuck. God damn it. Anyway, yeah, he's gone. Just vaporized, atomized, just not coming back.
And then we cut to him in the time dimension. where he's kind of fine.
Well, he's naked and he's
floating around.
His soul is around and he's starting to dissipate, and he's like, no.
Yeah, and the time-space robot's also there, and she's like, man, this is great. We can hang out here together forever.
She's like, we're finally gonna die for realsies. And then he's like, fuck that shit. And,
then we get an abridged opening. Like, the opening of this war that they're doing.
Yeah.
From Bravern's perspective.
Yeah, and fucking... And what's even better is that he's, like, refusing to die... And he's overlaid with the sex-crazed female robot. And as it turns out... She basically was like, you're so cool and you gave me the pounding that I wanted. Fuck it. We're gonna make a new thing together, basically. And so, Bravern comes out of the fucking sky, and you find out that it's Smith, and it's been Smith the whole fucking time!
Yeah.
Because you're sitting there, and I'm like, he's dead. And he's like, no, he's coming back. He's not dead. And I'm like, no, he's literally atomized. His soul is getting ready to disappear into the fucking live stream or whatever. But no, he's been Bravern the entire time.
Yeah, and so, having that revelation, Bravern and Isami are now able to destroy the remaining two idiots that are... The other two death drives that are hanging around. One who's really sad, and the other one... I don't fucking know what the other one was.
Well, because the crazy part about it is that, I think we also get, when do we get the Lulu flashback?
It's after this fight.
Okay. But, like, we're not done.
Yeah, so, like...
Like, this bombshell, like, I joked around about, like, it feels like Bravern's reading the space titanium. That's because Bravern's already been through all of this shit. So, of course, he knows what needs to be done, when it needs to be done. Like...
But yeah, no, so they gain the confidence and the teamwork abilities to kill these other two fucking idiots.
Oh god, they were the worst. One of them's gassy and the other one's just got fucking fig funnels.
Yeah. And then we cut to Lulu in the future, I think.
Yes.
And she's like, I don't like this timeline. I don't like the timeline where Bravern and Isami die.
Yeah, spoilers.
So, time to access the morphogenetic field. And we fucking lost it at this part because the timing was too perfect.
Oh, because, like, we're, like, I think one of us might have, either we already had time shenanigans going on, and then all of a sudden we're just gonna send her consciousness back in time to her younger self, and I'm just like, oh my god. Oh my god. Like, this show has Samurai Flamenco energy where it just keeps jumping the shark over and over and over until we're at 2 time travelers. 2 of them via 2 different means of time travel.
Yeah, and so basically at this point, the rest of the show is them trying to convince Superbia that he should join them, and then they can fight after they save the world.
Well, because we forgot about the part where Smith tried to ride in Superbia, and Superbia's like, bleh.
No, it has to be Lulu.
Well, he doesn't even say that because he doesn't.
But it also can't be Lulu because she's got a conscience now, and that doesn't work for me.
Yeah, I can't have a conscious being deep inside me. Oh.
And then she just keeps jumping in him, and he just keeps getting sick.
Because it's about them, like, learning to trust each other and shit.
Also, because she's from the future, she calls him uncle, and he's just very uncomfortable about
She's
that.
like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What did you call me? Don't call me that again. Okay, you can call me that.
And then,
They finally come together, and then they launch this fucking plan.
No, we need to talk about the scene where they finally do the thing, and it's
you're gonna have to do that because I don't remember that.
Oh, dude, it's so like it's okay. So much of the show is massively innuendo laden, and it's very clear that when Isami and Bravern do their thing, it's very sexual. And so we get the same fucking shit, but it's like they're talking about climaxing together and like becoming one, and they're both like she's nude, but like the robot is also like it's really weird, and it's even worse that he keeps calling him uncle. She keeps calling him uncle, and it's like they're doing each other, but like this is weird. So yeah,
and then we go back to speedrunning the death drives.
Yeah, no, just
they're like, yeah, oh, okay, so the plan of attack is to go tomorrow, and Bravern, Isami, Lulu, and Superbia all just fucking leave.
They're just like, we can't.
No, we got this one.
Yeah, we're just gonna take care of it.
And the first of the last 3 death drives is this guy that they don't know anything about
because he never fights.
And so they're going in for an attack, and he's just like, yes, attack me. And they're like, oh shit.
Oh jeez, what's this vibe? What's this feeling? This menacing feeling?
And then he shows off his signature technique of being able to change where his limbs are.
He switches his arms and legs.
And then Superbia's just like, no, fuck this, I'm going in.
And you're like, man, what if he sucks? What if he's shit? That would be the best. And then his confidence starts to break, and I'm like, oh god, they're gonna do it. He's just gonna be garbage. And then he's like, oh shit, I'm screwed, aren't I?
He doesn't die. He just sits as a head, and he gets to watch the fight between Bravern and Superbia, because that is super important. It has to happen now.
Because, yeah.
And he's just like, well, at least I got to see something cool. And then his head's fucking floating down a river of lava.
Yeah, and then it gets blown up by by Suburbia and Bravern fighting, and then like they blow up in spiral energy or some shit, and that blows up his head, and so he dies.
Yeah, and then this other death drive shows up, and he's just like, yeah, man, I'm really fucking pissed.
This is like, you fucking assholes.
I just want to die. Please. Fucking kill me. Oh, you're dead.
Oh, wow, I killed Bravern. Shit.
And then Superbia's like, well, I'm a fight. And then Superbia fucking dies.
And by this point, Isami is losing his fucking mind. He's gone back to being a coward.
He throws up the white flag.
Which I'm pretty sure is his underwear.
and the death drive's like, are you making fun of me?
The fuck are you talking about? I'm just gonna kill you.
I want to die. Why do you not want to die? I don't understand. Fucking stand there and let me hit you.
Yeah, and by this point, Suburbia's... Both Bravern and Suburbia are down. Bravern's just basically straight up dead. Like, his color's gone. He's out.
And he's missing an arm. And some of his, like, chest and...
Yeah, his torso's got a nice chunk taken out of it.
And his face is shielded again.
Yup.
And, Asami just climbs in there. Starts wiggling around in his controls.
And then all of a sudden, Smith's spirit starts talking to him. He's like, you don't need me.
You need to go beyond me.
Well, what's even funnier is that Smith appears and Asami immediately punches him. It's like, how dare you die on me? And he's like... And you can see the surprise on his face where he's like, he hasn't figured it out yet. What the fuck?
Anyway, somehow he gains control of Bravern through like sheer force of will.
And then he gets a super mode because we have to have a G Gundam reference because we've been making G Gundam references the entire fucking time. So of course it has to come true.
Yeah, so he regenerates all his lost parts, turns gold, more or less easily kills the death drive. The other death drive was eating a whole bunch of lava or magma at the time, and he just fucking exploded and died.
Well, he's literally like, he's changing the planet, and then as he's swelling up, and then it just fucking explodes. And beats the shit out, literally cuts the other guy in half.
And then, just when you think it's all over, the big-ass fucking sword in the sky falls down. And this weird giant robot lady shows up and is like, hey, and then she gets shot. Like, in her opening monologue. Isami just shoots her.
Fucking Isami Bravern is so wonderful because they break a lot. While following certain tropes to the absolute letter, they're also, like, just off enough from most tropes. Where it's like, no, I'm not gonna fucking listen to you. And then... and then Sami's like, we should listen to her. And then Lou's like, didn't you just shoot her? Like,
don't worry about it, I got this.
Let's listen to what she has to say.
And she's like, yo, after witnessing all 8 of those deaths, I crave more.
But I also don't want to die, so we're going to have to make other people die, and there's like 9 billion people on this planet.
That's
so
9 billion unique deaths. And it's like, no, not really. I mean, you only have so many attacks.
She'll figure it out.
And so they start fighting. And then the fucking military shows up, and they start fighting. Everyone's there. Everyone you could have ever wanted.
All of them.
And
all
then
the warriors.
And then Asami's like, Lulu's like, can we do that? And she like climbs into Superbia and becomes gold as well.
Yeah, because fuck it. And then everyone else starts glowing gold. And then Isami fucking... We forgot about the part where Isami fucking transformed into his late stage Shimon form with shaggy hair.
and so I think at this point the final villain, she like picks up the big sword and throws it at him, but he's also bigger now. And then Superbia turns into a sword.
Well, because what happened was that Superbia / Lulu is like, we're gonna help you, Bravern, and then you're like, yes, turn into a sword for me. And then I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, whatever.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's fucking dumb. That's not what's gonna happen. Suddenly, she just starts transforming. I'm like, oh no, she's gonna turn into a sword. And literally turns into a sword. I was like, God fucking damn it.
And so they cut everything in half.
Yeah, because that's just how we do things.
And Bravern comes back down and ejects Asami.
Yeah, and Lulu comes out at some point.
And Smith is like, okay, I'm gone now. Or you're like, okay, Smith is dead now because fucking Bravern's chest cavity is shattering. And I'm like, no, he's going to be back.
And then they like disappear. They both disappear in like a green pillar of bullshit. And they're both crying. Lulu and Zombie are both crying. And they're both... I think they're both... Well, okay.
Everyone is naked.
Well, at least Asami is naked.
I'm pretty sure Lulu was naked, too.
It's possible.
But I think she had grown her hair out just enough that it didn't matter.
Yeah, just like she did at the beginning. But, yeah, and then all of a sudden a voice comes out, and I'm like, no.
Hey, guys, can you give me a ride? I kind of lost my flying powers.
I'm like, God damn it. And there he is! Good old Lewis Smith.
Butt naked.
Butt fucking naked. Just right there. Too gay to die. Too gay to die. And Lord knows, we skipped over the part where there was almost robot on human action during their making their way to Hawaii to fight the last 3 guys, but like, Lord knows there's gonna be a lot of butt bumping going on. Asami and Smith are gonna get it on like crazy.
Yeah.
And they're gonna adopt Lulu, and everyone will live happily ever after.
Yeah, and that's the show. That's everything that happened. That's all the important things.
Holy shit, man! Like we got to like okay, so I think when like the last session we ended at a part where I was like mad.
Yeah, we ended at episode 10.
Yeah, because
right after they decided to leave the military and fly off by themselves.
Yeah, but like we like that was the session I believe where Bravern, we find out Bravern is Smith, and
yeah, that was where all the intrigue happened.
Jesus fucking Christ! Like it was like, oh wow, okay, I really care now. But yeah, fuck man, just all right, just start throwing points at this, I guess. The plot, I'd like to give it a 5, but I feel like the speed running kind of hurt it.
Yeah, everything up until like the big twist was kind of like, yeah, okay, I understand where you're going for. This is just another giant robot show, and then the twist fucking happens. But unfortunately, they only have the 12 episodes to make it.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, it's like I don't feel like they had enough content to actually make more than 12 episodes. It's just, it does suffer a little bit from not being able to go out to, like, say, 15.
Yeah, like you said, the speed running of like 5 of the 8.
Yeah.
like there were so many that just showed up and then were gone.
It just, yeah.
With the exception of the guy who was a complete joke.
But like, I mean, that was the whole joke. But like, they speed run through like the fight between like the effectively the rematch between them, and yeah,
I'd say hit it with a 4.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna go with. Characters, 5.
Yeah, they're
not gonna talk.
They're all very delightful.
Like, just,
I mean, like the 4 main characters, the 5 main characters, they're all very nice. Everyone else is kind of nothing.
I mean, they're nothing, but like...
But they're also not on screen at all.
Yeah, no, they don't get much focus.
Like you think they're gonna be like a big deal? Like the lady who's with Asami at the beginning. You think she's gonna be a big deal, and then she just sort of disappeared.
Yeah.
Like after Bravern made his appearance, everybody just kind of like backed off, and it was the Bravern show.
Yep.
Which, I mean, it should be. He's in the title.
It's literally his show.
But, like, Bravern, Lewis, Asami, Lulu, and Superbia are all great.
They're wonderful.
Especially when Superbia learns about food. But, Uncle, you're a foodie in the future. Well, that's then. This is now. Anyway, Bravern's just like, I'm going to shove this fish into you. And it just goes into this fucking cosmic...
they're like, the other characters are floating in space, feeding him food by shooting him with it.
And then they're like, Bravern, aren't you gonna eat? No, I can't.
I literally can't eat. As we're like, what the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, yeah, everyone's great, especially Lulu.
All right, well, what's the next thing?
Animation. I want to hit it with a 5. Like I saw no problems.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like the 3D was well used. The fights more often than not looked amazing. It's like everything is just on point. Like I don't know who made this, but like it was on that trigger level where I was like, this looks really good.
Oh, that's not gonna give us a...
Yeah, the publisher was Cygames. I don't know who actually animated it.
And then, last thing...
Genre strength.
I mean, this was a very powerful mech anime.
I mean, by virtue of the fact that it's the only super gay, super robot show I've ever seen.
Oh, it's also animated by Cygames.
Oh. Well, they did a good job.
I wonder what else they put out.
X-Arm.
I'm not really seeing anything that would stand out.
Okay, well...
I think they made the Horse Girl anime.
What?
So there's this gacha game about horses who are, you know, like the games where there's battleships but they're girls.
Yeah.
It's that, but they're horses, but also girls. I think Aaron might have watched it.
Okay.
But yeah, no, nothing particularly that would stick out, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, no, genre strength, as a giant robot anime, I'd watch it again.
Yeah, no. I feel like this is... It's only weaker than Gurren because it had to fit so much into so little. Like, other than that, I
But is it better than G Gundam?
I don't know that G Gundam... Well, okay, G Gundam is a super robot show. It's like Space Patrol Luluco, where it's hard to compare the two because G Gundam had the length to be stupid.
I think it had a bit too long to be stupid.
I mean, there was some filler in there. We could have done without every single other fighter having their own thing coming to the forest where Domon's trying to cut down trees with his rusty fucking katana, but like, I mean...
So you want to just hit this with a 5 and call it a day?
I completely intended. I already wrote down a 5. Like, I knew.
You weren't even gonna listen to my answer.
I wasn't gonna entertain any, like, in the same way where I'm like, characters 5, moving on. Like, I'm not, like, yeah.
So a special mention, probably Lulu.
It's either Lulu or Too Gay to Die. Yeah, it's real tough on this one, actually, because...
I like Too Gay to Die, but at the same time, I feel like it kind of cheapens it, like, when he comes back at the second time.
It does cheapen it, but at the same time, it's like...
Because it's all shades of love flops to me, when it's like, well, there was stakes, but it's fine. They don't matter. Whatever.
I mean, it does cheapen, like, I initially felt like, Smith coming back as Bravern kind of cheapened a sacrifice, but then I
was absolutely fine with that. That one was okay.
That one was fine because he has to come back and basically not be... He can't... Literally no one can know that he's Smith because it would ruin everything. So, while he comes back as Bravern, like, he doesn't really get to come back as Smith. Despite the fact that he's the most, like, when you know, it's so obvious. But, yeah. The second time is like...
No, we need to have that happy ending.
It really felt like there was just like a board meeting where it's like, we can't kill him. Like it probably was like down to the wire of like, we know the robot's gonna die, but are we gonna kill him? And it's like people all the corporate group guys came back and were like, Smith is polling too well. He lives. And it's like, are you sure you want to do that? It's really like the difference between the Gurren, the end of the Gurren show and the end of the Gurren movie. At the end of the Gurren movie, the only canonical death is, besides Kamina, is the blonde hair guy.
Yeah, that guy. I don't remember him.
The leader, him and his three sisters.
Look, it's been 10 years since I've thought of Gurren Lagann being real.
Well, regardless,
the only thing I really remember is the fucking torpedo dolphins.
Oh, the torpedo dolphins are wonderful.
That show up in one scene.
Yeah, no, literally. No, there's yeah, well, is he the second guy that what's her face dates? Red hair girl. Kind of, I guess.
Like she kisses him and then he dies.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the only canonical death in the fight against the anti-spiral, whereas in the show, like tons of people die. Like a whole bunch of the original like first 13 episodes cast of heroes, tons of them die. And in this version, in the movie version, like most of them don't, and it's really annoying. And because it's like, oh no, these people they didn't like that they died, so let's just not have them die. And it's like, that's lame. They're more memorable having died than having them live.
I mean, like, a happy ending is good and all, but like if it feels like it was like kind of cheap to do that, then yeah, it doesn't feel earned.
Well, and it also feels more like you feel the corporate fingers in the pie of like, Smith should have died. It's really what should have been done. But
especially when they title the episode Beyond Bravern.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you go beyond me, but also I'm still here, so like it doesn't matter. I'd say just give it to Lulu. Yeah. Consistently great the entire show.
Lulu was amazing. Like the fucking when she's in the robot during the like landfall in Tokyo bit, and there's just this shot of her from below with her just gremlin face just right there taking up like a third of the screen. It's fucking wonderful.
Hey, you think she should eat that curry? She doesn't have internal organs or anything.
Like her organs are just undeveloped because they don't get used, and then yeah, she eats a shit ton of curry and just blah, just blasts everybody. It's great.
All right, well, that's what, 21?
That is a 21.
I was gonna say, because I know you're gonna hit it with a 2.
Oh yeah, no question. So yeah, 21, which would put it
nearly perfect.
Did anything even get a 22? DD Fist of the North Star got a 21.
I don't think we've watched anything that's been perfect in everything.
Let me see.
Because I think Space Patrol Luluco was like 21 as well. And then Spy X Family, I think, was also 21, 20, or maybe 20.
Luluco was a 21. And we gave fucking A Stay of Life a 10.
That checks out.
Hey, that just feels low, because like, I have fond memories of A Stay of Life.
I don't remember anything about it aside from the wolf guy.
What about the murder robot who needed fucking cruise missiles?
Nope. Don't remember that.
Damn it. It was great.
Was the murder bot the special mention?
No, it was when God turned into a thumbs up to put his thumbprint on the pad.
Right, because God wanted to leave too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wasn't there a council of gremlins or some shit like that, like the slime girl?
Yeah, because the slime girl has like a parliament.
Okay, now we're just getting off topic.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, G Gundam was also a 21. We literally put this up there with basically the greats.
Yeah, because the only other thing I can think of that was up high would be like Spy X Family and Kaguya-sama Loves War.
Spy X Family got a 22.
Oh, well, there's
that's our top.
There's the perfect anime right there.
Yeah, no, like
season 1 only, not so much season 2, or the movie.
Wait, what?
I'm pretty sure they're still making it. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a second season.
Oh, I hadn't. All right. We'll get around to it, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. We got a lot of things to watch.
It's like, why is Shadow the Hedgehog here? I'm like, oh, right, Eminence and Shadow. But I call it Eminence and Shadow the Hedgehog.
Okay, well, we'll see you guys for the next thing.